Aloha guys, when you go shopping online or in a store for a new fishing rod, can you look at a rod and look at the numbers and can you decipher what do these numbers mean? See that? So this is what I'm going to help some of you with that are beginners. So basically there are two types of rods that you're going to most likely run into. You're going to run into spinners and conventionals. S for spinners, C for conventionals. And the C for conventionals can mean bait casters as well for freshwater usage. Now here's a good example of an S. See that? That is a typical spinning rod, but this is a very powerful spinning rod. So let me show you what this means. Now, this here is a PCH custom rod. This is made by Okuma. This is a one-piece rod and it's meant more for plugging and heavy-duty type of jigging from buoys, boat, shoreline. This is a PCH P-S-761H. Now let me explain what all those numbers mean. Now the PCH obviously stands for the abbreviation for rod. This is a PCH rod made by Okuma for basically plugging and popping. Next comes the S. The S stands for spinning, and this is meant for spinning reels. Now, spinning reel means that it's a very common reel. It's probably the most popular. That when you use the rod, you use it with your guides facing down. When you use a conventional or a bait caster, you use it with the guides facing up. And that's basically because of the spine or the spline, which gives rigidity and strength. It's like a backbone for humans. It gives it rigidity and strength to the rod. That's your first indication of what type of rod you're going to be looking for. Now, the 761H on this means 761 means that it's 7 feet 6 inches, and the one means that it's a one-piece rod. The H stands for heavy, which is heavy power, which is a very strong rating. Now, this one here, if I went with an extra heavy, it'd be too stiff for what I'm going to use it for. So you have to kind of bend the tip on your own just a little to give indication of what you're going to use it for. Now, the next numbers is going to be 7.6. 7.6 means 7 feet 6 inches. So it's a one piecer. So it's 7.6, 1 inch, one piece. The next numbers on this is 50 to 80 pounds. That's pretty obvious. It means that the type of line recommendation for this would be 50 to 80 pound test line. So you don't want to go over 80. You don't want to go under 50. It's purely a recommendation, and that can be for braid as well as for mono. All right. Then comes the 2 to 8. 2 to 8 is the recommended lure dash bait recommendation. So you don't want to go under 2 because you're not going to be able to cast it farther out, and you don't want to go over 8 because then you're looking at some possible stress put onto the guides for checking out lures and bait that's heavier than what this is recommended for. So that's your first taste of what this is. Here's one of my favorites for freshwater usage. You don't have to use it for fish, use it for salt, but it's mostly meant for fresh. Okay, this here has a bait caster. Anytime you get a C, that means conventional or a bait caster, such as this. And when you go for this type of rod, you have to remember, look at the reel. The reel sits on the top, guides sit on the top, because this is the way the rod was meant to flex. The spine or the spline will give it rigidity, and it's the opposite of a spinner. Now this one here, this one is called the GS-C-691M. So let me explain what that means. Okay, Now, it's the GS is pretty simple. That's for guide select, as this is a guide select rod by Okuma. Okay, the C is for conventional, or in this case, you can use a bait caster. So that kind of explains itself. The 691 means that it's 6 feet 9 inches, one piece. The M is for medium. That means it's a medium strength rod blank. And it goes beyond that, and you can see here on the ratings here, 6'9". That, like I said, that's the length of the rod. 8 to 17 pounds. 8 to 17 is the recommended line weight of the line that goes to the guy. It should be not below 8 and not above 17. And again, if you read that, it means that it should be 1/8 to 3/4 ounces. That is the lure recommendation or bait recommendation of the weight that you will put on this line. Okay, most important thing is C, which is for the bait caster or conventional. You don't want to put a spin on it because that means you're going to have to switch it over, and that's going to put the stress on the wrong part of the rod, and you don't want to do that. All right, so this, and one characteristics of a C or bait caster rod, finger grip. This is very, very important for casting. You will never see this on a spinning rod. So basically put, those are the two types of rods you're going to basically run into. Now this, the other thing I'd like to add is that, okay, if you look on the guides, a lot of times you're going to have a little paperwork, which is a warranty card by the manufacturer of the rods, and you have to fill it out and send it in to get your warranty. Basics is a 1-year limited warranty. The more expensive, well-made rods is a lifetime warranty. Some companies now will ask you to do it online. I prefer to do it online. It saves you stamp, it is less humbug. So this is the last part of understanding how to purchase your fishing rod. Thank you.